Hello, friends. I'm back, but different. Um, and you might say, well, where were you away? And I would say I was away in there, like way in there. And and I did the work in there, and now I'm back, but different. And you can say, well, it looked the same to me. And then again, if you look again, you may say, huh, something different. I don't know what it is. You get a new pair of glasses? I don't know. And yeah, I keep saying this. Um, we're in for a ride, or we're on a ride, or fasten your seatbelts. But I wrote a post, and I wrote two. So I'm going to read one and see how long it takes, and then maybe read the second one as a part of this video. So I felt some rough seas yesterday. For the next 25 days, we will be completing the Mayan calendar year. The Mayan calendar is based on naturally occurring cycles. The months are based on moon cycles, and there are 28 days in that cycle. And there are 13 months in the Mayan calendar year, and each month is based on the tones of the moon. And I ought to do a video just on the tones of the moon. But it's been an interesting journey. I'm slowly becoming awake that natural cycles, those being the cycles of the Earth, galaxy, and the universe, tend to work together within a larger consciousness. That as humans has been distorted and taken off track, this larger consciousness. The consciousness hasn't been taken off track, but the human's perception has been taken off track. So part of getting back on track is to return to a relationship with nature. We live in a strange world. When we live in the world created by the thoughts of possibly evil geniuses. Artificial intelligence. I wrote artificial, and then my computer supplied the word intelligence. So I think that's maybe a sign of artificial intelligence. But today I'm working with a world of swirling, intense emotions. Maybe you are as well. I'm finding it to be a time where more and more I'm needing to ground myself and return to the present moment. There's so much occurring energetically on this planet right now. And today, through the internet that you and I are on right now, we can find out how high the plume of the 50th volcanic eruption this year of the volcano Kilauea in Hawaii. And I think Kilauea may be on the main island, but I'm not certain of that. But 1,000 feet high was the plume. And I'm just going to say, emitting a lot of plasma. And I understand that the center of the Earth is somewhat the composition of a star. And a star produces plasma. And our universe is 99.9% plasma. But there's been a lack of plasma in the atmosphere around the Earth, and that's changing. And part of the increased plasma around the earth is why your awareness is expanding. And maybe not comfortably, but oh well, this is what we got to go through. So today, I pulled a tarot card for the world. And we got Major Arcana 17, the Star card. This card represents the universal principle of self-esteem and confidence. So really, even if you say, well, I don't have much self-esteem, or I don't feel very confident, just listen to the words. They may mean something different than you think. Confidence is the ability to speak on, a public forum. Confidence is the ability to confide in and trust oneself. This deep self-confidence allows us to fully radiate and be expressive of who we are. Yet many might ask, well, who am I? When we trust our inner guidance and direction, we see things more clearly. When we trust our inner guidance and direction, we see things more clearly, become more spontaneous, like flowing water, with our feelings. In major religions, the star symbolizes the guiding light. In astrology, the star is Aquarius, the water bearer, symbol of the creative and innovative mind. The 7 pointed stars on the card represent the radiance and confidence of our inherent light, and 7 pointed stars and 7 chakras. Radiance and confidence of our inherent light, or life force, that has every intention of actualizing creative ideas on earth through our own natures. Perhaps the best way to describe the influence of this card is to quote philosopher Heidegger when he said, quote, "A person is not a thing or a process, but an opening through which the absolute can manifest." The star card reminds us that each of us is an opening for light, or a gateway through which the absolute can manifest. And lastly, everything we notice, the way we view the world, the way we view our body, emotions, thoughts, is related to unresolved events from the past. As we each decide to release, so first bring them forward, and then release, integrate, digest, and ground all unresolved events from the past, traumas, we complete our karmic work and come into the harmonious nature of the all that is, which we are that. There is a flow of light entering this world this day as a gift from the sun. And this is a gift of light, love, and life force. Give thanks and use it well to change the world like the creator you are. I'm going to look at the time, and it's only 10 minutes, so I'm going to go up and see if I can give you a second round. This is from another post. So take a moment and just maybe stop the video. Take a moment, digest what I just spoke of, and then when you're ready, turn it back on again, and then tune in to these next words. And I actually wrote these on the Mystic Cafe, which is a social network spot for members who are students of Thomas Hübl, Mystic trauma therapist Thomas Hübl. And I've been a part of the Mystic Cafe for a little over a year. And so I use the Mystic Cafe as my journal. And sometimes what I write there, I post on YouTube. And sometimes what I write on YouTube, I post there. So this is speaking to the Mystic Cafe community that is the community that I'm a part of. And I wrote, I write here quite a bit, as some of you may have noticed. The perfect storm recently occurred for me, and I fell off the metaphorical boat and was swept into some deep, murky water of emotions. It brought back memories of my childhood threat that if I didn't stop crying, I would be given a reason to cry. And I felt that I already had a reason to cry. And the threat was a reason to stop. And stop I did, over and over again, until I could find a safe place to cry. And then I would. Yesterday morning, I was triggered before I entered a group that were coming together as a small group, coming together to experience whatever arose within the group of conscious people based on some words that we are going to listen to. So meditations we are going to do together, and then we are going to interact with smaller groups within the small group. So I found I could remain aware of the deep water I was in, yet the water kept sucking me down. And this was in this group of number of people who I'm close to. I found I could remain aware of the deep water I was in, yet the water kept sucking me down, and I couldn't swim to the surface. That was yesterday. Then later today, I had an opportunity to presence that experience with a great listener. And that listening through my tears was very healing and resourceful. Later, I attended my noon group of transparent communication. And in my triad, my smaller group, where we just work with two other people, I was able to access and present a very deep awareness of what felt like pain from the womb, gestational trauma. And I did not have any words for that, only feelings of powerful loss, rage, and terror. I am glad that I have quite a number of places where I can hold and be held consistently and kindly with curiosity and no attempt to fix the one in pain, whether it be the person I'm listening to or the person listening to me. No attempt to fix. Because in order to attempt to fix, you have to perceive the other person as broken. And so that's already, blinders on. Just to presence them and let them know they are not alone. So such deep thanks for each of you who know the depths that despair can go, with the knowledge that no matter how deep the pain is, it is simply awareness and the facing of it that allows it to be released. I shall be released. Blessings to you, kind, caring, compassionate, loving friends. Blessings. Okay, 15 minutes. I'm hitting the button. Now I must go.